All right, so I'm Brian Kastelan, and this is my pop-up talk show during the quarantine. And for the best stories of all time, my first guest had to be my brother, Jason Kastelan. Welcome, Jason.
Hello, nice to be here. Gives us something to do during the quarantine.
You're about to eat pizza logs.
Yeah,
Could
probably
you
in like
explain
15 minutes.
to everybody what pizza logs are? Because it's such a regional food.
Is it really? Oh,
Yeah, it's
damn.
not here.
Um,
I'm at.
so basically it's dough rolled up in a log with pizza materials in it. Surprise.
Well, people would kill for that here. I explain it to people at work. And for context, Jason is in Buffalo, New York, and I'm in Los Angeles right now. Thanks to the power of Zoom that popped up out of nowhere, we could talk.
Uh, is
So
this app brand new or has it been around
I
or
feel like it's been around and it hasn't really served a purpose.
taken off because right? Skype and FaceTime dominated that territory.
They did. And I guess people were using it inside of board meetings, and I wasn't a part of any of those companies, so it didn't matter.
Same.
So did they officially move EDC?
They actually haven't canceled it whatsoever. Um,
That's so stupid.
everybody's making jokes.
That's so
Everybody's
stupid.
making jokes that the VIP tickets are gonna get their own hand sanitizers and their own roll of toilet paper. Uh,
That's so
here's your
dumb.
N95 at the door.
Well, I'm hoping that you get a refund because go to it. When
I
is it
either
supposed
want a
to be?
refund May 15th, 16th, 17th,
Okay. Let's start this out like
but
it's from the same people as Firefest with no refund.
I mean, uh,
It's not, but it is.
yeah.
Anyways.
But seeing as though school 100% lockdown where we can't even go in to take our exams in small groups like we had planned. Now we can't even
That,
go on campus. So with that being in place, I highly doubt that other events are going to go on. But
yeah, I know. Not 10,000 people in one room at electronic.
well, or what was that one video going around? If I get the coronavirus, I get the coronavirus. We've been waiting months for spring break.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Okay.
Speaking of which, Florida just got shut down finally yesterday. A video surfaced of a board meeting where like a guy's calling out the mayor that's on the board for not shutting down the beaches earlier and everything. Florida's like the laughing stock right now about that.
Well, yeah, because everybody went to go party and
And then came back sick.
came back sick. In that video from the
Yeah.
news, everybody looked like they were sick already.
That's true.
Oh,
Oh, it was true. They were. Spoiler alert. Oh my god.
idiots.
So I want to bring up some classic stories that we've never shared online. For a lot of, we used to go to a lot of hotels for context. All of our parties and things, we would prefer going to hotels because guess
Mainly the
what?
4 Point Sheridan.
You could stay up at hotels after all the adults go to
Right?
with a
Sneak out
game
off the
room,
floors.
pool, hot tub. I remember the time that we found a key in the hot tub. It was you, me, our cousins, Mark and Steve. We found that
Mike
little
wasn't
key.
there?
Mike might have been there. I don't think so at that one though.
Okay.
So
But yeah, so
Mark is actually the one that found the key, right?
yeah. Yeah.
So we find this little key that
That belonged to like a diary book of
from
all
like the
things,
dollar
I'm
store.
sure.
So we find this little plastic key, but we make a big deal about it because we like adventures. We bring it to the manager of the hotel, and she thinks we're a hero because we told her that it goes to the claw machine in the game room, and somebody was trying to get into it.
Yeah, we were the ones trying to get it with the key, which didn't work.
We did try it.
But she gave us cookies anyway.
No, she made us homemade cinnamon rolls for saving the hotel
Stupid.
by finding this little plastic key.
That day didn't even make sense.
So there was
I
one
think she
time.
was just bored with her job and just got too excited.
That's true. I was really excited about it. One time I'm walking through. I didn't see you for a little bit. I come downstairs and I'm walking through a restaurant with like a smoker's VIP section, and you're in the middle of everybody watching basketball.
In
You
that
remember that?
instance, I had asked the guy at the counter
Yeah.
if we could watch sports from like a VIP section. He's like, "Oh, the VIP box is full," but he got me some random ass chair and put it in the middle of the room and said, "Here you go."
You have a history of just getting into stuff and sneaking on, getting stuff on stage at concerts. The Stars
I
concert,
love
you
getting.
walked on stage and
Yeah,
grabbed things.
no. The only concert I wasn't able to get anything from. You want to know what? I don't think that I've gone to a concert where I haven't at least gotten one thing thrown at me or have
Oh my
taken from
god.
small child.
Oh my god, dude. No,
Or
you
that
have
one
a.
time where I wanted a Diet Pepsi, so I found a random cup on the floor and told the guy at the bartending station that it fell over on the floor and that I needed a
I
refill.
forgot
Wasn't my
about that.
cup.
That was
Wasn't
at Town
my
Ballroom,
problem.
wasn't
Yeah.
it? Well,
No,
you.
my love for Diet Coke has gotten me into people's weddings parties.
Are you drinking a
So
regular Coke then?
no, this is actually a game fuel. I
Oh, okay.
actually had to order this from Amazon because
You couldn't get
it's
out to
sold out
7-Eleven?
everywhere. No, it's sold out, and they're not
No, it did.
restocking the shelves for non-priority items.
I have to explain to people how well you know the layout of that 7-Eleven. When I was visiting you, I go. I was at 7-Eleven while you were at work. On the phone, you were able to describe to me exactly how many steps it would take to get to the game fuel. Where was placed in the freezer.
And then have you turn around to get Smart Food popcorn, and then go to the next aisle to get random ass snacks.
And I think that the cashier knew that combining Smart Food popcorn and game fuel, I was there on a run for you.
They
Because you're
wouldn't
the.
doubt it because every time I go now, they're like, "Oh, I miss you," because I go to the one that's closer to my location, but sometimes I'll randomly stop there just to say hi. And now that I finally have enough points, I knew
Yeah.
these points were going to be for something, and now that there's like a pandemic going on, I'm getting all this free food. I have like
Do they deliver the
20,000
free food?
points. No, I have to go get it, but I mean, 20,000 points worth is a lot.
What? How much is
I have
that?
more. I have more than the workers there.
Oh my god. You have the best history of getting points. One time we walked right into Dave and Buster's first game. You won 1,000 tickets immediately on that wheel.
All right. Well, the backstory of that was
Yeah.
that I wanted to play the wheel, and Jenna was like, she kept on bugging me because she wanted to hit the button. So I just slammed my hand down and I hit it on accident,
and
and I
you got
won.
and you got the jackpot. Was it 10,000? It was something
No,
wild.
you want to know? I don't. It was yeah. It was something. It might
It
have
was
been 5,000.
that's crazy
Something
right off the bat.
crazy.
So the rest of the night we sucked at every other game after that. We floated on the 5,000 tickets we knew we were gonna get.
There's a game at Dave and Buster's where there's these random like hockey pucks floating. Each one has a point value,
Mm-hmm.
and you get the small claw, and you gotta knock it into a hole.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a friend who worked there, and he just filled the machine with the ones that were worth 1,000 tickets.
Oh, shit. Oh my
So they
god.
literally just kept on letting me win.
Dude, you have a history of that too, which brings us to the claw machine incident of like 2006.
I used to be boss at that.
So this Perkins turned into a Denny's, I think. The Denny's closed and then got bought privately and then called it Yanni's. And Yanni's never had a sign. It just had like a wooden cork for it. Somebody wrote
Yeah.
Yanni's on and put on the roof. So I didn't trust the food there. But so we're in there and they had saved or purchased with the building the claw machine that was at the Perkins Denny's. And one afternoon we're going in there. I think we're waiting for people to leave, right? In the bathroom.
Yeah.
We're waiting for people to leave. And you win the claw machine. You win it again. You won it a third time. You win it a fourth time going on 5. I've never seen anybody win the claw machine once. This is like the 5th time in the same minute. And the manager, I'll never forget, comes over and says, "Hey, could you guys leave? You win too much. You don't have that many toys left." This cheap ass place didn't want to buy any more toys.
More toys.
So they like got the same Space Jam toys from there from like 99.
And we never went back.
No, because I thought that the eggs were disgusting. I don't know how you make
whole-
eggs disgusting, but there's places that do.
The whole place was disgusting. I remember there being duct tape on like the booths and stuff because they refused to fix anything.
One time we met, it was right next to this place called Summer Park Mall, for everybody that doesn't know. And one time a kid was
God's gift to the earth. We got to give it its credit.
Oh my God, the website called it God's gift to Western New York. And I remember one time when I read that to you, you were like, "Oh, why does God hate us so much?" If this is the gift, this is a shitty rundown mall on the brink of closing. And one time I met one of the workers from Yanni's trying to skateboard through the mall, getting yelled at by security. We have our own history of getting yelled at there. Well, we made a feature-length film documentary there that we call Tim Hortons 2 because it started off at Tim Hortons. But we got yelled at then when we filmed there, of course. But then
Well, yeah, because we found the second floor of a
so there's a second floor in some of the
It's a security office.
And we were trying to sneak into elevators, but again, you needed a key. We have a history with keys. I love keys. We were trying to find the key to the elevator to get to the second floor. So anyway, one time the manager of the whole mall sat us down on a bench and said, "I'm waiting for adults to come." I'm like, "You can't kidnap us and detain us." I'm getting off of this bench and I'm walking away. But the worst incident, we used to do karaoke there, and I would sing Beatles every week.
The worst
So,
incident. You're right.
The old folks. The old folks karaoke was cool. That was the worst incident. The worst incidents happened during one of those karaoke nights where we walked into an antique store that sold like old Nintendo games as well. And you could, if you have anything to add, I forget some of the things the woman was saying. So there's a woman behind the register, and she's like 1 foot away from the cash register. And she said, "Oh my God, I was just robbed. I was robbed." And we had just walked in there, terrible time.
Yeah.
And she's like, "These kids robbed me." And we were like, "How did we get between you and the cash
register
when there's only this amount of space and take the money from the cash register?" She's like, "No, you robbed me." And then everybody from the mall, she like must have had a security alert email or something. Because everybody from the whole mall came up to us and said, "We'll see what you did. You robbed this store." And all night the manager would follow me around, like to the bathroom and shit, to see if I had the money. She said it was like $7,000.
Yeah, something crazy that store wouldn't even have had because nobody was shopping there to begin with.
I think like the newest DVD in that mall was Big Fat Liar. This happened in like 2008.
Wait, real quick side note.
Yeah.
Speaking of new DVDs, they
Yeah.
they put Shrek 2 in that one movie game at the bowling alley now.
Oh yeah. No. Oh, like every time you can win a DVD if I have an arcade game, it's the oldest ass movies. Wow, I could win Bad Boys too.
Or Sandlot. Can't get enough copies of that, but
So
then back
anyway,
back to the mall story.
yeah.
So while you were getting yelled at, Mark and I wanted this game that we wanted to buy before all of this happened. So we ended up buying it anyway. And she was like,
Betrayal.
you need to get him to confess. And we were like, confess to what? Because I don't think at this time we hardly even knew what was going on. So then we bought the game and we left. And then shortly after that, security pulled up the footage of the lady stealing her own money.
Oh my god, that's so wild. I've never been accused of something worse. That was wild.
Something so stupid.
A woman
Like,
from the food court came up to me and said, "They're gonna see what you did on the footage." I was like, "This old ass cameras don't even work." And then they saw their own employee. Holy shit.
but my worst time there was when I walked into an old arcade with like the bowling where the bowling ball pins were like on strings and you just had to like roll the puck into it.
Like at a bar, kind of.
And I threw it too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And the man told me that the machine was worth more than my life.
I remember that. Papa
It's
was
like,
this.
okay.
Okay, this fucking junk ass machine that cost $100 is worth more than my life.
I should have held on to I should have just walked out with the machine once it closed.
I'm all for small businesses, but there were unneeded businesses in this mall. Like it's not surprised that it's closed. That one sucked with the arcade machine. What really sucked is that somebody made a bunch of ramps for remote control car racing. I don't know who in 2008 is into competitive remote control car
You're
racing,
right.
but they're not in that area. If they exist, maybe something happens in Vegas yearly or something.
Right?
They're not in that area.
Like it'd be fun to watch, but no, with nobody there.
Well,
Or the worst on top of that was
yeah.
Keith's Human Barbecue.
There was a barbecue where
where
our
the
cousin.
food literally looked like it had the tattoos of quote unquote missing employees. What? Who says, oh yeah, we got some missing employees, and then it looks like
And then
you're
it
showing
looks
their
like it.
tattoos, and it looks like there's tattoos on the chicken.
I forgot
Tasted like
about
it
that.
too.
It was really bad.
The man
It's
looked
so
like he was
terrible.
Darth Maul, but just deranged.
Yeah, he had like face tattoos, but he convinced our cousins for like a second that he was the real Darth Maul. We were like,
But then what was stupid on top of that is that this mall had the real actor who played
come.
Darth Maul coming in, who didn't even bother to come in, so I don't even feel like that was real. But there were signs for it.
There were signs for people to come in. Nobody showed up there. Wasn't there a church? Was there?
The holy wheat.
Maybe their sacrifices from the church call made it into the barbecue.
Wouldn't doubt it. It was the only food place that stayed open. It somehow managed to beat the Subway that was there. That that's just crazy to me because it was nasty.
Talking about those cars, though, reminds me of the bumper cars that we did in Canada in the basement of a hotel. I want to say it was New Year's Eve. Did it take place then?
Yeah,
Uh,
it was.
maybe
Yeah,
New
it was New
Year's
Year's.
Eve,
Yeah,
like 2007, going on 8, I think. And we're at like it's like an MGM hotel in Ontario, Canada. It's
it's
like
still there. Like
it's still
all of
there.
this is still there. Yeah,
Okay, well their bumper cars go 40 miles an hour with no padding or seatbelt, just wood.
just wood. Yeah, straight up wood. I remember getting such a bad headache. I was down for half the day.
We smashed into a wall. Is that the pizza log?
It is the pizza logs.
Those pizza logs from before. I'm jealous. They're so good. We smashed into a wall, and I felt like I got thrown through like a construction site, like a plank of wood. The bruises were wild. I couldn't believe that was a game there. There were kids younger than us, or we were really younger.
I know, and Dad kept on smashing into everybody he saw. These kids are dying
This is like
next to their parents.
go kart bumper cars. This is definitely underground illegal shit going on.
You'd see adults holding on to their kids, not protecting themselves, and then everybody just getting injured.
Clifton Hill is wild. Clifton Hill. It's right near Clifton Hill, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember we walked it that day. There's some wild stuff. All of the like those are haunted houses. I feel like I may really die in because the danger is real. Those are not fake, fair haunted
Well,
houses.
in Canada, they could touch you. So,
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
right.
that didn't make it any better when we were little kids.
That's right. I'm trying to think. I think we should tie this up with the wedding reception. Where I mean,
That was funny.
we basically were friends with people from many wedding receptions throughout the years. Because if you think about it, these are the people that we were making laugh in the pool, at the gay room.
Yeah.
We were making them laugh everywhere, and they ended up being like, "Come on in," and it was somebody's like little cousin for a wedding reception. We were like, "Are we allowed?"
Are we
I mean, we didn't
allowed in
really
a
think
street
about it.
clothing?
We wanted to go, and we were searching for ballrooms that had people with them because the
All I
seating.
remember is that I wanted that 2 liter Diet Coke that had been staring outside, like in the hallway for like a good 2 hours. So I just walked in and I got it.
It was outside of the wedding.
And then they ended up offering us their box of pizza and
Oh yeah.
all the pop in the room.
So again, everything leads to me finding you insider places already because of Diet Coke.
Pretty much,
I get. I get. It sounds like we were
honestly.
born to have money for Diet Coke.
Well, remember that one time I stood outside of Best Buy and Target
Looking for
and I
kids.
found some Tim Hortons cup, so I dumped it out and I put snow on my face so it looked like I'd been standing outside crying, begging strangers for change so I could go get a Diet Coke.
That's so good. That's so good.
Ugh,
So anyway,
that's the life.
this time I didn't see where you went from the gate room or whatever, and you're on the dance floor talking to the bartender at this wedding, and sure enough, double fist Diet Coke. The con man of the year.
Nobody would refuse a child Diet Coke.
That's true. You
Never.
played that up really well.
And now I just know how to do it as an adult.
We need a book on how to get free Diet Coke, no matter where you are, no matter what
I'm
age.
sure. I'm sure there's a book out there.
Not yet. As Natasha Bedingfield would say, the breath is still unwritten.
It's gonna be in the book.
Not the book. All right. Well, thank you so much for kicking off the first
Wait,
talk show. Wait, what
the
do you got there?
Legos.
The
The
Legos. Let's end
Legos.
it with this. I'm sorry. Let's end it with this. Okay,
So
forget
I
the
don't
Legos.
even know.
Maybe because
I
I have
didn't
brain
even
damage.
from the box of Legos. So I don't even know what we were fighting about. All I remember is hearing my whole life, oh, when people step on Legos, it's the worst feeling in the world. Make sure you pick up your Legos. So Brian and I were fighting, and I had a full box of Legos, like maybe like
I
a
threw maybe
10,000
like
piece
two.
set.
I threw two at you, like a handful of Legos. To make this story fair, it was a stupid fight, and I definitely deserved it. It was like wanting to use the TV or some stupid shit, and like kicking you out from the TV.
So at the time we had at our dad's house we had bunk beds, and I remember grabbing the full box of Legos, whipping the box at him, making sure to dump the entire box over his bed. So that way, if he managed to pick some of them up, I knew he wouldn't get all of them. So he'd be sleeping with the Legos. I thought that'd be like the worst pain in the
It
world.
was. It was. But the box, you failed to mention, the box was still a good amount full. We had so many Legos, multiple like crates of Legos. So this was one of the plastic crates. I throw three loose Legos at you. You picked up the crate and threw it at the side of my head, and I was out cold. When we finally both woke up, we were like, "This is the truth," because I just died. Got resuscitated.
Having Lego imprints. What? No, no,
More pizza.
no. This is actual pizza now. They've managed to unravel and become the full pizza now. But oh god.
All
But
right. Well, thank you so much for kicking off the
yeah,
talk show. This has been
no
great.
problem.
Remembering this stuff, crazy stuff. I do want to write a book about it. The art of stealing Diet Coke from everywhere. It's your birthright,
Be
Diet Coke.
be an Amazon classic.
Good. Good.
Most sold product. I mean, I have time during the quarantine, so
Awesome. Jot down some of your best Diet Coke related material.
how to get Diet Coke during the quarantine. Call up, call up Coke and be like, "I'm struggling during this period. Send the case."
We'll have to do another episode of this where you go
Yeah,
and talk to Mark and Steve, because then we'll really talk about Pepsi product and Coke product.
love it.
That'll be a whole story. But thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day.
You
Surviving.
too.
Thank you. Okay, I'll talk to you
Yep.
soon. Bye.
Talk to you.